Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. If you guys didn't know, the next major update for War Thunder is coming out probably within about the next 3 or 4 weeks, and we have huge news insofar as what will be coming out in that update. And of course, this has been speculated for quite a while and pretty much confirmed somewhat recently. But here we are with a 100% confirmation. Fox-3 active radar homing missiles will be coming in the next major update for top tier aircraft. Pretty damn crazy. Now, technically speaking, the Phoenix, which has already been in game via the F-14, is a Fox-3. However, these are going to be the real Fox-3 that most people think about. Phoenixes are a bit clunky. They are not anywhere close to as capable as these weapons. And these weapons, I mean the French Mika, the Chinese PL-12, the AIM-120 AMRAAM, the R-77, AAM-4, the Israeli Derby, and of course the R-Darter. So these are going to be pretty damn gnarly. And basically what these do is that they are more or less about as maneuverable as close-range IR missiles, except they track via a radar within the missile up to around 20 kilometers. So rather than having to fire a close-range missile like an AIM-9M, for example, or an AIM-9L, or an R-73, or whichever one that you want, these have a radar inside of them that will allow them to track up to 15 to 20 kilometers by themselves. Now, of course, if you're firing at longer ranges, you are going to have to maintain a radar lock typically from the plane in order for it to guide until, again, it gets close enough. And again, 15 to 20 kilometers, it might be 10 kilometers in some instances, depending on the map, depending on the weather potentially. Maybe there are clouds, so you can't guarantee a hit, especially beyond 15 kilometers. Just because it says it's 15 kilometers, it doesn't necessarily mean that it will hit. Now, these weapons are extremely maneuverable. They have long ranges, they track very well, and of course, they will not be duped by flares. So it is really just a gnarly weapon. And in fact, actually, Gaijin has already done playtest of this, at least in the dev server, which, by the way, I do have gameplay of if you guys want. So that is definitely something you guys can check out. And it should be fairly similar-ish to what we get in the game. Now, in the dev server, the best of these Fox-3 missiles would have been the Mika, the French Mika. However, of course, things can change. I am sure that there have been a lot of differences between the dev server and now, because when the dev server was out, the AIM-120 AMRAAMs were not all that great. So again, we're going to have to wait and see. This could be totally different than what we experienced in the dev server, but if nothing else, that at least gave us a pretty strong taste. But with that being said, again, this is going to be available for more or less the most advanced vehicles in game. Think the MiG-29, think the F-16s, so on and so forth. So this is not going to be available on a P-26P shooter, of course. So that said, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Again, this pretty much combines the best of things like Sparrows and the R-27s with infrared missiles like the AIM-9L. This is kind of like a combination of the best of those traits, except make it a little bit heavier, and you have yourself a Fox-3 missile. So again, thanks so much for watching. If you don't mind, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. I greatly appreciate it. By the way, thanks again. I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.